What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We are going to be doing the last and final node here for difficulty 8. We have 341 Scourges. So we do have a lot of Scourges racked up here. And I think I've pretty much got every single one of them except for the increase in health ones and the negative removals. So anyhow, we'll take a look at each node before I do the last one. And as you guys see here, the first one we were actually able to throw in a sack. And then we were able to get the symbiotes to completely destroy it. The second node, a very similar story. The symbiotes just seem to work really well. Mine aren't that high. They're only around 700-ish. And throwing those 2 sack waves to absorb the Shang-Chi ults and the Proxima stuns allows your symbiotes to really cash in. 3, we were able to use our Young Avengers. These guys were utilized a lot in the last Scourge as well. So nice that we can capitalize on not having to spend any resources on them. And then of course we were able to get node 5s done with our Black Widow and Hulk Asgardian hybrid. This was a very smooth team, and unfortunately after much trials and error we were able to get it done. We did lose Black Widow in the process, so you guys will see that later on here. Node 6 and 7 requires villains. We were able to get that done as well, but we subbed in Doom there for the second villains one, just because Doctor Strange, he was just really scrapped up. He had just a sliver of health left, so we just threw in Doom there, and it was pretty much overkill. Skilled nodes, most of my, or actually not most of mine, all these guys are level 85. Pretty much still the same stats. I haven't really pumped anything into them since Doom 2 or Doom 3. And yeah, we'll go in here. We're going to jump in here quickly. We're going to throw in, as you guys see, Black Widow's dead. We're actually going to throw in, again, this is what works for me. I'm not sure if this works for everybody. Everybody seems to have a unique strategy. But I throw in the Ravagers in here just to absorb the initial ultimates and the blinds from Viv. And of course, we are able to kind of neutralize Rescue's barrier as well. So this is one that has been working for me, and I think for others as well. Keep in mind, if you characters have the barrier there, or the fortifier, excuse me, they're able to kind of pass on their positives to their adjacent allies as well. So keep that in mind. That's really handy. So they're able to use that ult, or the special, excuse me. And Yondu here is awesome because he just steals all these crazy positives from everybody. And I think that's the reason why he is such a good character. I didn't really have too big of a Yondu, but if you have a big one, some other content creators have done a fantastic job of utilizing that very cool Scourge that actually gives us the benefit of passing on these abilities to our adjacent allies. So we slow down the footage here just in case we need to cancel out. But yeah, usually you want to just take a couple specials and ults. I think I actually might have screwed up that one, but it's okay. Our Asgardians and our other teams are pretty strong, and I do have a pretty good feeling we should be fine. Oh, okay, so we're back here. I had to fast forward some footage. We did have to do a little bit of trial and error here, but as you guys see here, because of the way we left the way that our sack wave kind of dropped these guys, or the way that they got dropped, excuse me, it wasn't in a very good position for us, and so we did have to wait around for a little bit for the RNG side. And as you guys see here, the initial start was pretty brutal, so I think we're actually going to have to cancel out here. But what I was doing was I was trying to see if we can get a good ult in, so that way we can get a couple stuns in. And you want to make sure you can get rid of War Machine, because he's got the fortifier and he's able to pass off the positives to his teammates, and that's going to be a big no-no, especially with how many Scourges we have going on here. So keep that in mind. RNG does play a little bit of a factor here, but we keep going back in here until we eventually get the right one. And yeah, it's the same team I've been using. Sucks that we can't use Black Widow, but I did find that a pure Asgardians team isn't too bad, especially because a lot of people have already leveled up these guys from previous war defense teams. So lots of people had, I think, Heimdall and Sif already leveled up, but yeah, you want to make sure you can target War Machine first and just disable him. So Thor gets his ult in, or excuse me, his passive in. And yeah, it's just it's a nasty node. I think we have some pretty beefy, strong characters, but yeah, it's ultimately going to come down to a little bit of RNG. So we get the stun there. So we get 5 stuns, which is really, really amazing. And we also get his passive coming off again here. So right here, you know, we got a couple guys down pretty low, and that actually works out really well for us. We have our Valkyrie. She's gonna just tap these guys off by using her ultimate. She actually puts herself at a risk because she'll get blinded because of the Scourge. I think it's like blinded by power. It just kind of sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. So you want to just see if you can get rid of Hulkbuster, because he's just going to keep giving a ton of barrier to these guys. And I'm hoping this actually brings out Thor's passive. It's nice that even if he's blinded, this will usually still land, which is really nice. It just sucks, like I said, with the Scourge. If you ult, you'll get the blind. That's why our Thor is blinded, because he uses ult. And yeah, as you can see here, the stuns kind of really save us, because we're pretty low in health. All we really need is for them to drop 1 Asgardian, so that way they can get a ton of buffs back. But yeah, it requires a little bit of RNG, and it's gonna take a little bit of patience. But we do have patience, and hopefully we get that luck we get. But yeah, as I was recording this, probably took about I'd say probably at least 30 tries, maybe 20 tries, 30 tries, kind of in that range. But yeah, we eventually got it done, and it's just it's all about the timing. You want to be careful, because when the next wave drops as well, we have Deathlock and some of the other Bionic Avengers, another Hulkbuster dropping as well, and they're pretty nasty. So we'll throw the stun here again, and luckily we do get another amazing RNG stun with a bunch of crazy stuns all over the board. Very crucial to that. So not possible if you don't have a big Thor. Ours is 5 red, and he's I was trying to get him higher by seeing if he would pop up in the store to promote him, but unfortunately we were just stuck with the 5 red on him. And like I said already, you can use her second ability or her first ability, but yeah, just keep in mind she will be ability blocked if she uses her special, just because of that Scourge. And then Heimdall as well, it would be nice if he had his second ability so he can clear some of these pot negatives, but unfortunately we don't have that accessibility because his cooldowns are a little longer thanks to the other Scourge. So it is what it is. Valkyrie, you can just single tap, so that way she can get rid of the death proof. And I do believe that this should actually proc Thor's passive as well, so that's kind of what we're hoping for. Some guys already have their death proof dropped, so this should clear off a couple people, or try to clear off a couple people. Yeah. So as you can see here, we're gonna, lots of guys dropping here. It's just, still a couple of guys stunned, so that's kind of nice for us there. But yeah, as you see here, boom, they finally clear off one guy. So then, of course, that helps us out a little bit by clearing these negatives and getting that buff that we need. This is kind of what changed this run here. This also gives enough energy to clear Thor's negatives so that he can ult again. Boom. He gets a stun in. Unfortunately, not the 5 stun that we had initially, but still a very good one for us. And then, of course, we get a boom, another proc there. And Sif is just absolutely massive there. She's holding the fort together by because Heimdall dropped. She's kind of further away, so that helps us out a little bit. Again here, it's going to be kind of by the skin of our teeth. And we do have, keep in mind, a strong first wave Avengers team as well, so that's why I want to see how far we can push here on the first wave. It's going to require, like I said, some luck. Thor is just carrying this attack attempt right now. And I think right here, actually, he procs again. I think he procs one more time. Like I said, Sif is very big on this one. Then, of course, we use Mighty Thor's ultimate. It's going to clear off a couple people. And blind Bishop as well, because he's already stunned. And I think if he's stunned, he actually loses a bit of his turn meter, I believe. I haven't really studied the other abilities yet, but boom, Thor comes again. Yeah, I just love watching this. So, couple guys left over, as you guys can see, And it would have been really nice if we could actually, right here, I was trying to decide if I want to quit. And then, of course, we get to his stun once more. Unfortunately, they do have the immunity there, which really sucks. But we're going to chance it there because they are pretty low in health. And, of course, Deathlock does his crazy, nasty AoE. That's able to actually clear the entire board if you guys have a ton of negatives. So just be careful of that. But 4 enemies with fairly low health, so that's why we kept that attack attempt. And then we bring in our first wave Avengers, so we're able to get a really decent attack in. And of course our Asgardians did what they were supposed to do. So now we'll bring in our Hawkeye, Iron Man, and I think a lot of people will have big Iron Mans already thanks to the Bionic Avengers. So hopefully you guys do. And then my Hawkeye and Cap aren't super big, but hopefully we'll try it out and see how it goes. Once this loads, we get in here. We're going to use Hawkeye special on Viv because we don't want her targeting us. Of course, we're going to try to see if we can blind one of the Hulkbusters just because they are just so nasty to deal with. And it also applies the defense down, which is exactly what we want. We'll get some energy out to these guys. The faster we can get these guys cleared up. Unfortunately, we don't have Thor proccing, so this is going to be... We're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. It was very nice that Thor was able to clear some of these guys off. Hulk is also very good on this one because he's so strong. Iron Man's rework has been amazing as well. So we got 2 cleared there. And now we've really only got 2 people by the skin of their teeth. If it's between Deathlock and Hulkbuster, I would recommend going after Deathlock first because if you just leave him unchecked, he can clear the entire board. So he's got more. I think he's got a little bit more damage than Hulkbuster, just based on playing against them. But again, that's if you can make it to him. As you can see here, I don't think we have a choice there. So look at that. He gets all these buffs. It's just crazy. So we might not even have a choice there. So we have to quit. So not bad for a first attack. But I think we get a gist of it. I think we might actually have to use Hawkeye's special on Deathlock instead because I feel like he is probably the bigger threat here versus Viv. So we'll see how this one goes. So we'll try to aim the special right here. This should affect Deathlock and Hulkbuster on the right side this time. And we'll leave Viv. Maybe we'll take her out after we take out this right side. We're kind of doing our opposites right now. Get the defense up. Hawkeye's gonna get targeted. And then Hulkbuster's gonna do his thing and get some barrier to his teammates, which is really super annoying. Iron Man's special should hopefully clear out some guys. Okay, perfect. So I like that. And I think now we can actually take out Viv. Boom. And then, of course, that's also get some speed to T'Challa. Nice. So we're on a pretty solid track here. So now it's 5-on-1. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this new high score that we're going to get here. This is pretty much with the max Scourges, other than the health ones. And then I think there's the gloating one, which gives energy when they drop, which I hate because it just resets all their cooldowns. And then, of course, the one where they clear their negatives and they get healed. It's worth a lot of points, but I struggled with it because negatives play such an important role, especially with these Scourges being already a huge issue. So that was just kind of what I had seen based on my experience. And yeah, it was pretty eye-opening once I was starting to test around with some of these Scourges. So we'll clear that buff off. Captain America will do his thing, and yeah, you can see here he's just a monster. It's very tricky when they. I think there was 3 of them on this node, so no surprise. And then of course we'll slow this down, and we will finish this off in style, the Iron Man way. So paying tribute to Tony Stark here, and boom, that's gonna take care of that and get us that node completion. So everybody lives, and we should actually hit up a new high score. And yeah, very happy with that, especially given how close we are to the end of the event. And hopefully that can get us at least a 5 or a 6 yellow unlock on Red Hulk. So I'm looking forward to that. So boom, we got 3 point there, and yeah, new high score. Very, very, very. I guess I'm impressed with myself since we haven't really had too much time to play on this. But yeah, it's been pretty awesome. As you guys see here, like I said, lots of the Scourges are tacked up. 3.2 is probably going to be our final score there. All right, guys. That's all we got for this time. Good luck with the rest. If you're still trying to get your final runs in, make sure you get it done before it's over. Otherwise, I wish you guys all the best, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.